Hello everybody, I'm Andrei, a certified translator and a real estate concierge, and today we're talking about our little Vitebsk apartment. 2 rooms, 47 meters, kitchen first floor, everything is there, the usual concept. We take the cheapest of the most reasonable apartments for rent out as an investment property. We brush them up, we rent them out. So today we're done, and let's quickly cover what has been done over a fairly long period for months. The apartment is fairly central. It doesn't look super attractive, but well, for this money, that's the best you get in the center. And center is good for rents. The guy left in June, I think, $1,500 on the table, and we had to completely redo room 1, which had pretty ancient floors. I'll be rolling the clip in a few moments. And as we hit it, like completely, bulldozed it and started redoing, other little issues surfaced and other little expenses came to the table as well. So that was a lot of fun, and that took some time. A global repair, a complete property renovation is much easier because you put your team or guys in one package. You tell them this is your time frame, this is your work frame, and when you're just dancing about one room and then, as it happens, the other room, because after we cast the floor in the first one, the wallpapers in the second were not very happy about it and just politely dropped, and that's extending the time frame. Summer, the peak of the renovations. People are busy, people are sometimes sick as well, so now it's early October and we are finished. So the global things were redo the, or let's say brush up the plumbing, because plumbing was generally fine. Water risers and sewage pipes were redone before us. So we just replaced a couple of hoses, connections, connectors, joints and all these things just to avoid any drippings. Pretty decent kitchen was left behind, although it had some wrinkles of its own. Mostly was about cleaning. And in the bathroom we covered up the water pipes. That was the most global effort out there. The rails were already installed, which was not a very good start because they were not the correct rails for that job. And it had to be plated up and then painted up, hopefully to make a nice little cover, and hopefully will please the tenant's eye. Like I said, the global thing was about zeroing the biggest room, the largest room, 16 square meters. We completely eliminated the floor, threw out the waste, and started level by level casting up the new floor level, which hopefully will be light, warm and trouble-free. It came up very even, so the laminate guy who came up and put the floors was just happy. So now we are done with the wallpapers in that room, in the second room, and now it's just the floor moldings, connecting floors and wallpapers, and we're done basically. Another small thing that we had to deal with on the way was no electricity in the hallway, and we had to throw in the modem. So fiber optics was cut off when the room was being zeroed. And the whole thing had to be arranged, and it's now in place, and there's now unlimited internet, which will hopefully please the tenants too. And it's going to be reachable to both rooms, being in the center of the apartment, and the kitchen, of course. And the most unpleasant thing that surfaced was the rooms in the other the walls in the other room, which got too wet. The wallpapers got loose because basically they were applied to a very uneven wall. So the surprise budget expansion was due to that. The wallpaper guy was capable. He could summon some plaster and even the walls, so that got some delays as well. Until the thing dried up, we couldn't glue up anything. And the wallpaper was applied too. Since it was delayed, pretty much, I, out of my own pocket, covered the new lamp in the old big room, and the curtains, because I positively can't stand the grandma's curtains in the small room. I decided that it would be wise to also lower the electricity sockets and basically reinstall the sockets and the socket holders. Because they were old and loose, and it's not something you want to deal with after the tenant unplugs his iPhone, holding both the jack and the socket itself. So, or the unit, whatever they're called. So it got done, and it wasn't really meant to be a profitable job for me, more like an experience thing, and more like to see what kind of budgets, how you arrange the people, and what kind of sequence there is. Since my renovation was 10 years ago, it was of sportive interest pretty much. And let's see if the flat is going to go for $330 a month plus utilities or not. I'll summarize the figures over here. Essentially it's $1,800 total. Electrics, partially electrics, wallpapers, floors in one room. That's it, and the drywall job in the bathroom. That's roughly about it, with all the nails and glue and paint that takes to get it done. That's about it. So guys, if you have watched my Minsk World Review that I rolled out recently, the lack of green was one of the shortcomings of the area. Here is how the green areas look. You'll have to compromise. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. The contacts will be here, donation links and contacts are underneath the video in the description. And if you feel like moving to Belarus, investing a little bit for some passive income, that's what our company does. Happy to have showed you this case. Thank you for watching, and see you in Minsk at some point. Cheers!